So the last few years of Call of Duty Zombies has been different. With the release of Call of Duty Vanguard in 2021, the community was at its lowest, and with Modern Warfare 3 recently releasing with Modern Warfare Zombies, the approach to zombies over the last few years hasn't been for everyone. And I would say that Black Ops 6 for most people is one of the most important titles in the zombies community on whether they want to continue playing it going forward and what the future of the game mode looks like. So I thought with Black Ops 6 around the corner, I would list 5 things I believe Black Ops 6 needs to be great. Now, I don't think innovation is a bad thing, and it's clear that Treyarch over the last few years have tried to innovate with Call of Duty Zombies, Outbreak and Cold War, Modern Warfare Zombies and Modern Warfare 3, and of course Vanguard with Terra Maledicta and Duranfang, who could forget those. However, I'll always say that the foundation to Call of Duty Zombies will always be round-based, and round-based allows more freedom. As weird as it is to say, just because on open world maps you have the ability to go in vehicles, explore different parts of the map, but with round-based zombies it's the element of survival, progressing through the map, putting power on, putting pack-a-punch on, getting the best weapon, building the best wonder weapons, and it also appeals to different types of players: speedrunners, Easter egg hunters, casual players who just want to do high rounds with friends. And for a lot of players, that's the fun of round-based zombies. And the reason I put this so low is just because at this point I do expect to see round-based zombies in Black Ops 6. I think at this point it's pretty much a guarantee, but I had to put this number 1 just because I feel like this is something that a lot of players want, and it's something we'll probably get in Black Ops 6. So my biggest complaint with Call of Duty Cold War was the lack of unique map design. So the map design in Cold War was very generic and sometimes felt very bland, and I think that was simply because each map took place in a facility. So the first map, the base map on the game, took place in the facility. The second map took place in the facility. The third map was slightly different because it had a street, but it did take place in the facility. And the fourth map, Forsaken, also took place in the facility. And because of that, each map felt a little bit lifeless because they were the same, and hopefully with Black Ops 6 we get some more creativity. Now, I'm not expecting the next Shadows of Evil or Mob of the Dead. Them types of maps are few and far between. However, hopefully we do get some different map designs, because I think it adds to the replay value of the maps as well. You find yourself wanting to go back to them maps that have a lot of creative aesthetic looks to them. Maps like Shadows of Evil, Horizon Drac, Moon, even likes of Gorokrovi, Origins. Honestly, I could list maps for hours, but the older maps are very unique, and because of that each one stands apart. However, with Cold War, every map felt the same just because of the facility aspect to it. So hopefully in Black Ops 6 we do get a variety of different map designs. The story of the Dark Ether so far has been okay. Cold War, it was pretty good. Vanguard, it just went crazy with the Dark Ether gods, and we'll pretend that didn't exist. And then Modern Warfare Zombies is set 25 years in the future, so it kind of creates this gap of some sort between Cold War and Modern Warfare 3. However, I will definitely say that something that is missing from the current storytelling of Treyarch is the mystery aspect of the story. I recall in 2009, when the zombie storyline first started out, maps like Shinonuma and Darice, there was a lot of events in the real world that tied into the zombie storyline, and it almost became like a conspiracy of some sorts, and I think that fueled the zombie storyline. And then we had Black Ops 2, there was a lot of theories about Atlantis, the Victus crew, and then Black Ops 3, the Shadow Man, what Monty's intentions were, and that was just because there was an element of mystery to each map. Treyarch didn't tell you straight out what was happening, and with Cold War everything was kind of given to you, and most of the story was pretty straightforward anyway, so there wasn't really much to speculate. Obviously the cliffhanger that ended on Forsaken and Black Ops Cold War was pretty big, with Richtofen returning, well, Eddie, so hopefully Black Ops 6 ups the ante a little bit with where the story's going to go. Obviously we've got the speculation about Liberty Falls and Terminus Island and that stuff, so I am intrigued to see where Treyarch take the story and the direction they go with it, but I just hope that they don't tell us everything and leave some mystery up to the players to discuss as a community and try and figure out, just because I feel like that's the fun with zombies, the mystery aspect and wondering what's going to happen in the future maps. And I feel like that's why Black Ops Zombies, well, Treyarch Zombies has been a success over these years, and even the likes of Black Ops 4, which did have a somewhat bittersweet ending, especially with the budget cuts, I still feel like had a lot of intrigue and mystery in each DLC map, with Monty, the Great War, Pablo, and even the Chaos storyline in Black Ops 4. Even though I wasn't as invested in it, I still enjoyed it, and I think it was told in a pretty fun way with each DLC, but hopefully we get that back in Black Ops 6, and I definitely think that Treyarch are cooking up something with this new story. Now, I might get a lot of stick for this one, but me personally, I found the Cold War Easter eggs to be very boring and very straightforward, and to be honest, far too easy, and because of that, I didn't really find myself replaying them. If I recall, in 2016, when the Dirage and Drac DLC released, me and a few friends tried it and failed the first 4 times. Skill issue, by the way. But with Dirage and Drac, when we finally completed that Easter egg, it was so satisfying to defeat the boss and finally achieve that Easter egg ending, which to this day is probably one of my favourite Easter eggs of all time. I've run it so many times with multiple friends. But I think with Cold War, everything was given to you. Go to this objective, do this, this is how you build this is how you complete this. And because of that, there really wasn't much replay value in the Easter eggs. And I understand that Treyarch probably want to involve all types of players into the Easter eggs, and that's why they were very straightforward. However, I feel like a good approach would be to go the World War II route, with having a casual Easter egg and a hardcore Easter egg. The casual Easter egg would tell you what to do and how to complete the objectives, and the hardcore Easter egg for the more experienced player would be something you'd have to find out yourself and figure out. But I think Easter eggs are something that should be challenging to complete. And I'm not saying to be unfun, just because there is a line between a fun Easter egg and a unfun Easter egg, and there's also a line between a hard Easter egg and an easy Easter egg, but I definitely think that Easter eggs are something that show how well you know the map. You can do the wonder weapon, you know the steps, you know the mechanics of the map, you know the boss fight, and it's just very rewarding to complete an Easter egg after so many attempts, or even if it's your first attempt to finally complete an Easter egg on a map and say you've completed it. And I feel like that was just missing from Cold War, so hopefully with Black Ops 6 we get that back. So I put this one at number 5 just because it's probably the one that's the least likely to happen, just because of how much money Activision make off operators. I don't think we'll see a set crew in Zombies again, and it is something that is sorely missing from the Zombies mode, just because the story doesn't feel the same without it. You don't have that personal attachment to the characters like we once did with the Primus and Ultimus crew in the older games, World of War to Black Ops 4. But I hope we do get a set crew one day. Perhaps they might do the World War II route with having a set crew of 4 and you can buy cosmetics for them. But I definitely think that operators feel soulless, they don't speak, they don't add much to the story, and sometimes the cutscenes feel a bit strange when you've got celebrity characters interacting with characters like Maxis. So hopefully we get a set crew one day, and hopefully that's in Black Ops 6. And even though the storyline is told through intel and radios with Requiem, the story isn't bad, but it definitely isn't the same as the old ones, just because, again, we don't go through the story with them characters. Even though we're listening to radios and speaking to random people talk, like the Modern Warfare 3 mode, other than Ravenov and probably the Doctor, there is no really important characters. Obviously Soap shows up, which is very strange still, but I definitely think we do need some characters back. And as much as I want a set crew in the new Zombies mode, I just can't see it, just because of the operators and how much money it makes for Activision. It would be nice to see them though, and it would be a surprise. But yeah, I hope Black Ops 6 lives up to the expectations. I feel like there's a lot of expectations on this game, and I am intrigued to see where Treyarch go with the story and the mode as a whole, just because of the experiments they've tried over the last few years. but we will soon find out with Black Ops 6 releasing at the end of the year. And that is it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making it, a lot of fun brainstorming the ideas, and creating the video as well was a lot of fun. And Black Ops 6 will be here before we know it. I'm very excited for this game. I'm looking forward to zombies. I'm actually looking forward to the campaign as well. I'm interested to see where they go with it. Kind of gives me a Black Ops 1 vibe with the conspiracy feel to it. But yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to give it a like. I'd highly appreciate it. And leave a comment on what things you think Black Ops 6 needs to succeed, and I'd be very interested to see your comments. But if you want to stick around for any more zombie content, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I'll be putting out a lot more zombie videos. But until then, take care, and I will see you next time.